Yes, it's another one. It's time for more Koopa action. The magic kind, only the magical kind. I don't do the non-magical kind. We are here. And, this is technically the first foray of version 3, but before we get into the real meat and potatoes of everything, in the new areas, we're going to explore some, areas that need a little bit more fleshing out here. And we'll be back to Astoltia routinely, just doing things as far as the whole guiding goes in this game. But to start out these version 3 escapades, like they were saying in the last cutscene, we're going to make sure all the royalty of Astoltia is safe. Because that's the tragedy that's going on. Our brother's there, our brother's doing brother things, and yeah, we're gonna figure this shit out. So here we are in Verinard. We'll travel all over the kingdom. I hope you guys enjoy these story segments and whatnot. Today we have a little bit of a congruent topic with our wonderful Weddy brothers here today. But this work chat, stop popping off. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to get mad today, but yeah. Essentially, what we're going to talk about is, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about awful social structures of people. Over here in the story, while I give my spoilers, how it connects to that is that the Weddies over here, smartest class, most deceitful class, I guess, because what they're doing is this guy, the guy that we not on this character, but on my Weddy character, you do your beginning mission with him. We call him Cloud. He looks like the royalty, so they dressed him up as the royalty. You can see this. That is not Prince Otis. That is that's Cloud. So that's how they're gonna trick them. He's gonna serve as the doppelganger, so the real royalty, who's gonna be Prince someday, is safe, and he's not very happy about that. But how this connects is our buddy, as you know, he almost killed us. So, it just means he's just a very antisocial person. He hasn't had much of a family life or many things like that. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is the people who are introverted, more, non-social skill having and whatnot. Now, I've always considered myself an antisocial person, and that doesn't mean I generally can't talk to people or don't know how to articulate my feelings or, communicate effectively. But it's more like, where I derive my energy from, the type of person I generally strive to be, is just not one that's generally loved by the presence of a lot of people. A lot of people at once it's kind of overstimulating to me in general. As I heard a sound in the house and I literally just freaked out. So literally any sounds at all will disturb me. Any sounds besides the clicking of the menu. It's the only thing that I can sustain. But I feel like we all have that general problem here where we're, just the sensory inputs of life kind of drive us crazy. So I feel like a lot of us would prefer just, some alone time with maybe one or two people, besides having to be in like a flatmate with maybe like a 20 group of, our content house or something like that. Having a big family. I suppose it could live in that world, but I have a hard time jumping into that perspective sometimes. It's just kind of like the people who generally don't have the internal monologue. It's weird for me. It's a little weird for me to think that you can just travel through the world not thinking about intrinsically every single next action that you're going to do and the action after that, and then the thoughts and concepts of the guides and morals around the actions that you're going to do and the ones next after that, and how to walk along with God. Yep. And the cool part about that is that I have the option to let all that go and just let things be. But I have the option to tap into that, which is kind of cool. I feel like I could go Doctor Strange mode and neurologically analyze anything, if I wanted to. But I don't need to, and I've done that for a lot of my life. And now that I know I've learned the skill and I've maxed out that class, we can stop. We have permission to, which is cool. But I've noticed a lot of people get trapped in those states, and they're like, I can only think about stuff. That's all I can do. I'm like, no, well, you see, like, guy, you learned how to do a lot of that, and maybe that's gotten you here. But you know, when you always want to improve, you just like this tutor, man. You gotta, oh my goodness, the damn air scared the shit out of me. Here, hold on, let me close this door so it doesn't sound as loud next time. But you know, you gotta get better at it. You gotta slowly, what is that shit called? CBT, cock and ball torture. No, wait, that's the wrong one. You know, the stuff where you slowly indict yourself with the cognitive behavioral therapy. Yeah, that is it. That is it. Hey, don't judge me on what my search terms are. Okay, I figured it out, guys. I figured it out. Anyways, the thing is, you just gotta get into it. You take more actions, man. I don't care what it is towards us introverts. I feel like that's our problem. It's like once we get home, we're like, well, whew, that social time was a lot. I'm done for today. That was just way too much stress. And I'm like, yeah, it was. But, you know, it's just a lot of momentum that stacks on each other. And, you know, of course, we're going to gain our energy from being inside. But until you gain that job or life or, you know, situation that allows you to be inside forever, you can't just not learn the skill. You got to learn the skill. You got to learn the skill. I know that sucks. It sucked for me, for sure. And it still sucks for me because I'm still learning the skill. You know, of course I can be a conscientious and reliable communicator on here, you know, show up every day, perhaps for maybe even a few friends I know, but that doesn't mean any of our relationships are successful in my own opinion. Because, you know, generally, I haven't decided what I want out of someone, you know, and I haven't decided what I want out of myself. I just know it's like something that's way better than anything that ever existed. And that's what I want from me. So everybody else, I expect maybe like 8,000 or you know 10,000 times more. So, needless to say, I look at everybody in the world as a piece of shit, and myself included. Because you know, what am I doing? Just playing the MMO all day. But you know, I have to realize that there's nothing wrong with big aspirations, with big old dreams, with big goals. But you have to like be realistic and think about the longevity of things. Like I have to already think like it's happened, especially with these social things. You know, if you really want to be a social butterfly, I realize this very early on. You just kind of have to put the confidence there, and you know, it's gonna feel fake. But if you put the confidence there, it'll do the work it needs to. You know, so I put the confidence there and I grinded the social skill, but then I realized like I really don't like what do I want intrinsically, my guy? Like, and I just like nothing holy, nothing that I've been taught is good all my life, and nothing that I truly believe is good. It's just like I want a bunch of debauchery because that's what I see everybody else having and smiling having, and I'm like, that's not really what it could be about, right? That makes sense. I think it's about the clutch moments. I think it's about the struggle to survive. I think it's about the chase, the drive. And you know, the consistent grind of kind of getting there. It's like the same thing I've thought about with gooning. It's like you don't actually have fun afterwards, and you have to clean up yourself, and you get the post nut clarity. You have fun, you know, during and while you're in it and you're chasing it and you're like, I'm almost there. And you're like, oh, all right, that's a minute. And then you're there. And then you're like, well, why did I want to go here? This was not the place I wanted to go. You know, whoa, you know? I just soloed that whole thing. You know, I soloed it, Dragon Mage and all. I Dragon Mastered myself. And for what? For what? Momentary pleasure. Momentary pleasure. And delayed gratification, though. Takes a long time for us to believe it because that is not what the general populace goes towards, man. And we're all gonna be like 30 and being like, what the fuck are we doing with our lives? But that life is very long, and God does make up for lost time as long as you're honest with yourself about where you're going now. You always have this moment right now, right after this video. You can do whatever that fucking thing you were gonna do is. I know for me, it is 6:41 now. This is one of my rare videos that I record at night. So I'm gonna take a walk because that's when the sun is going down and it is not sweltering hot outside, right? So that's like my one task of the day. I'm just trying to find things to do outside of the house that don't cost money because I am incredibly broke. I keep saying that, but it's a true fact. It's a true thing I worry about a lot. And like I said, I don't talk to a lot of people, so I apologize if it is a thing I mention on here a lot. But you know, we work towards it. We work towards it. I mean, if I'm making these videos, I have to make different strides, of course, of course. You know, of course, you're just gonna have to put your leg out there, put your neck out there, jump in the water, and of course I will, to some extent. But you know, I'll always let you know there's a plan. I'll always let you know there is sort of a guideline in my heart for, you know, the journey, and it's a spiritual thing. I feel like if your finances are fucked up now, it is a spiritual thing. You know, it'll all come to fruition. But I have to realize if I really want this life that I'm envisioning, I can't worry about the finances. I just have to like imagine I'm already there. I have to envision my body already being in that place. And you know, it's fine. You know, of course, we may get up and we sing and we're like, yeah, I'm the best ever. And then, you know, everybody hears it and it's terrible. And then the evil guy sees you and he's gonna kidnap you now. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. You tried, and the plan is gonna come into fruition. You gotta have a huge headache right now. I feel like that is also alignment for me to stop pretty soon. So we'll probably go halfway through these Verinard quests here. We may even end it after this cute little cutscene here. I think afterwards we're just gonna have some fun in the castle, and then we're gonna do a dungeon, and it'll be a good old Verinard time. But yeah, I'm throbbing a little bit in multiple places, so hope you guys enjoyed that boss. I managed to beat him all by myself. You know what I'm saying? I always beat him by myself because I'm a very lonely and sad individual. So, once again, hope you enjoy whatever day I upload this on. You know, grind the skill of social skills, even if you are an introvert. I know how much people suck. But not everybody sucks, because there's me out there. There's a Koopa out there for everybody. Okay, guys? Okay. I'll catch you next time. I'll see you later.